Lama G'day everyone, it's Misha Dol Machnalamin. I'm Daniel Amendola. Agus fáilte go Gaelach idalteach an in Australia, and welcome to Australia's Italian Gael. So today, this is a follow-up to my recent bridge session video, which was a short, actually, although a fairly long YouTube short, called Brochan Lom, which I sang under the Heidelberg Rd Bridge, as I often do. So in this video, I'm going to break down the lyrics, how to say them phonetically, what they mean, and what type of song this is. So the lyrics will appear in the description below, so you can read them along as I say them. Now, this is a piece of Puirt the Beul, which means tunes from the mouth. So the reason they're called tunes from the mouth is because they were dance tunes sung in the absence of instruments, because I think there was a period in the Highlands where instruments were banned, and if people were gathered together and they wanted to dance, well, and they had no instruments available to play music off of, someone just had to sing a strathspey, a jig, or a reel. Now this particular one is a strathspey, or strathspey as it's pronounced in Gaelic. So, what does it mean? So Brochan Lom means thin porridge. Often the lyrics to Puirt the Beul pieces are pretty silly or sometimes nonsensical. So, thin porridge, sparse and thin, thin and watery porridge, thin porridge, sparse and thin, thin and watery porridge, thin porridge, sparse and thin, thin and watery porridge, thin porridge, sparse and thin of the porridge of sùghains. So I'm going to make a slight correction to my pronunciation from my bridge recording. So I pronounced sùghain as sùghain under the bridge, which I think is legitimate, possibly, because there were a few pronunciations of the word, depending on the region. But I think today we'll go with sùghain, because that seems to be the more common one on recordings. Also, on the refrain, which is Brochan Lom tana Lom bhrochan Lom sùghain, and I just did it then. I said Brochan Lom, which I didn't need to. So it's Brochan Lom tana Lom bhrochan Lom sùghain. All right. So here's the first verse, and thankfully it's very repetitive, so it's easy to pick up. Brochan Lom tana Lom bhrochan Lom sùghain. And we do that 3 times. Brochan Lom tana Lom bhrochan Lom sùghain. Brochan Lom tana Lom bhrochan Lom sùghain. Brochan Lom tana Lom bhrochan Lom sùghain. Now there's a bit of an anomaly in that last sentence. Usually, if the letter S is followed by an E or an I, it's pronounced sh. And it is in the second sh in that refrain, but not the first one. So a friend of mine who's a native speaker insisted that it's Brochan Lom tana Lom bhrochan Lom sùghain. Anyway, here is how we sing that. Oh, Brochan Lom tana Lom bhrochan Lom sùghain. 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 And then the chorus, which is similarly repetitive, goes Brochan tana, tana tana, Brochan Lom sùghain. Brochan tana, tana tana, Brochan Lom sùghain. Brochan tana, tana tana, Brochan Lom sùghain. Brochan Lom tana Lom bhrochan Lom sùghain. Now, we'll sing that. Brochan tana 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 Brochan Lom sùghain. Brochan tana 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 Brochan Lom sùghain. Brochan tana 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 Brochan Lom sùghain. Brochan Lom se tana Lom she Brochan Lom sùghain. Alright. Now round a or verse 2. So Thugaibh aran ghana gillean leis bhrochan sùghain. Thugaibh aran ghana gillean leis bhrochan sùghain. Thugaibh aran ghana gillean leis bhrochan sùghain. Brochan Lom se tana Lom she Brochan Lom a sùghain. And that means give the bread to the lads with the porridge of sowens. And it repeats, give the bread to the lads with the porridge of sowens. And 3 times, and then we get the thin porridge of the sowens. That's the refrain. Alright, now let's sing it. Thugaibh aran ghana gillean leis bhrochan sùghain. Thugaibh aran ghana gillean leis bhrochan sùghain. Thugaibh aran ghana gillean leis bhrochan sùghain. Brochan Lom se tana Lom she Brochan Lom sùghain. Brochan tana 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 Brochan Lom sùghain. Brochan tana 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 Brochan Lom sùghain. Brochan tana 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 Brochan Lom sùghain. Brochan Lom se tana Lom she Brochan Lom sùghain. Alright, round a 3 or verse 3. Seo an rud a yo a midge o níon gháin duine. Seo an rud a yo a midge o níon gháin duine. Seo an rud a yo a midge a níon gháin duine. Brochan Lom se tana Lom she Brochan Lom a sùghain. That line again. So what does that mean? That means this is what we would get from the daughter of the smith man. This is what we would get from the daughter of the smith, the man, 3 times, and then the refrain. And there's also another anomaly here. Usually S-O would be pronounced so. Well, at least the S would make a S sound because it's next to a broad vowel, an O. But again, this is an anomaly. Sorry, this song has so many anomalies in its spelling. Okay, time for us to sing it. Seo an rud a yo a midge a níon gháin duine. Seo an rud a yo a midge a níon gháin duine. Seo an rud a yo a midge a níon gháin duine. Brochan Lom se tana Lom she Brochan Lom sùghain. Brochan tana 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 Brochan Lom sùghain. Brochan tana 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 Brochan Lom sùghain. Brochan tana 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 Brochan Lom sùghain. Brochan Lom se tana Lom she Brochan Lom sùghain. And that's the song, or at least the chorus and 3 verses. As I said, I'll put these lyrics in the description below, and if you want, you can pause the video so you can re-listen to me saying them, because I didn't want to repeat them too much, so I didn't make this video overlong. But anyway, I hope you enjoy that. Chimi a gair u. See you soon. Bye bye. Mash and leave.